Okay, so that's what that final piece will look like. I've got the bottom part glued on there. Notice that I put a 45 down on that too. That way the wires will hopefully feed forward toward the navigational deflector so I can pull them through more easily. But there's the little modification for bringing your wires through the neck without them being visible. And again, it blocks out a single window, but you can just black that one out. On my my Excalibur, I actually didn't black that window out, and it just kind of looks cool. It gives that one compartment a sense of maybe that's some kind of an engineering passageway or something, because you can see that tubing in it, and it looks structurally like part of something that would be inside the neck. So either way you want to go with it, that should work. Let me show you some other things that I'm doing here. I've cut out a bunch of little pieces here, and I'll explain what these are. So what I'm going to do, like I did on my Excalibur, let me whip over here and I'll show you. I put in these floodlights to illuminate the insignia, one on each nacelle there. And then down here got the secondary hull. Notice that I use the rounded effect up here, a conical section from the round styrene tubing, but here, because you've got all these rectangles and straight angles and so forth down here in the secondary hull, I used some of the square tubing, okay, and those throw a nice floodlight effect along the insignia. And again down here at the bottom, another piece of the round tubing to highlight the registry. So I'm going to be doing that again on the Republic here, just like I did here on the Excalibur. And that's what these pieces are for. I've got to clean them up. But again, I'm just using the styrene tubing and the square tubing. Okay. And just cutting them out right here with my trusty little miter box. Very simple little thing. All the little rings you see here, got to clean those up, and those will be the rings that go here on the navigation lights, which are part of the Franz Joseph blueprints all the way around. And that is just a nice little effect right there, having that ring around those lights so that they don't just look like a light poking up out of the plastic. The only ones that don't are the strobes in the back as per the Franz Joseph blueprints, but I'm contemplating putting a little ring around those as well for the next build, because it just looks a lot smarter that way, I think. So simple little things you can do with your kit by incorporating the modifications suggested by the Franz Joseph blueprints. So hopefully this will give you a little inspiration too.